This is Angustia, unit supervisor. I just want to make sure everybody's on the phone. Mr. Ojo, Ms. Sparrow, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, you can remain off camera because we all off camera. And I just wanted to touch base after the transitional conference and after our first, I guess your first family visit. And first of all, let me just start off. How did that go? How did the visit go?
It went well.
Yeah. All right. We're definitely gonna try to do our best to continue to have the visits go well like that. I'm just gonna ask who just joined with the title iPhone.
I'm sorry?
Somebody just joined and left. Okay, never mind. So okay, so the visit went well, and I also wanted to reiterate. Do you recall, Ms. Sparrow, what was the reason for placement of the children?
Can you reiterate it?
Not a problem. So at this, Mr. Ojo's on the phone, right? Mr. Ojo, before you tell us, can the person identified as iPhone, can you state your name? The person who's logged into the conference, and is listed as iPhone. Can you state your name? All right, so I am removing you from the conference since you don't not want to identify yourself. Give me 1 second, team. Sorry. Okay, so I have removed the unidentified individual. All right, Mr. Ojo, can you tell us why the Sparrow children came into care? All right. Okay, so it's my understanding, Ms. Sparrow, that from the last transitional meeting, your family came into care due to erratic behavior, and it was reported. Let me just read it. 1 second. Okay, so the narrative in summary is a 2 or 3 paragraph. A 911 call was made due to your behavior, Ms. Sparrow, and accused you of not being of sound mind. Okay, contacted 911 due to the mother's behavior. The mother accused neighbors of knocking on her door and accused them of being sex trafficking employees. The mother has diagnosed post-traumatic stress disorder. The mother was not prescribed any medication for PTSD. And in the past, the mother attended Brooklyn VA Center of Medical Health. However, the mother decided no longer needed treatment, and today was diagnosed with bipolar, today meaning May 28, 24. So do you recall that, Ms. Sparrow?
Well, I didn't recall it happening like that. I recalled me telling them that I reported the sex trafficking to the FBI, and then a call was made to forcibly admit me with the diagnosis of bipolar as a discrediting diagnosis as a witness.
Okay. All right. So at this point, they decided to remove your children, and then it goes a little bit further. One second. It goes further, and it states that when you was diagnosed, all the children were present at the hospital with the mother. The source asked the mother who could care for the children while she is in the hospital. The mother stated they could care for themselves.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So let me just go back. All children are present at the hospital with the mother. When the source asked the mother who cares for the children while she's in the hospital, the mother stated they can care for themselves. The children's father is deceased. There is a maternal grandmother in Long Island. However, the mother does not want anything to do with her. In the past, the children were removed from the mother's care due to mental health concern. The mother uses marijuana gummies, and is unknown if the mother uses until impaired while caring for the children. Is unknown if the marijuana is accessible to the children. There is no children under the age of 1. Okay, so they removed the children out of your care due to I guess
That's
your
false
behavior.
too. I even have a witness. I could have her write a witness statement and send it to you guys. My cousin came to pick them up so that she could watch them, and then they refused to allow her to take them.
Okay, so I kind of wanted to regroup here and have a powwow, so to speak, because in hindsight, right, we are the contracted foster care agency, right? So we did not remove your children. The city contracted us to care for your children while you complete your service plan. And I'm here to tell you that as a supervisor in foster care, this case could you can really manage this case and push to be with your children if you comply with the service plan, right? And I think you already did so by providing a random volunteer toxicology today, which I think you just did. One. And if you are, if, go ahead.
Now, in the toxicology, they try to cut my hair. I refused that. I did take the piss test though,
Okay. All right. That's fine.
because
Why did they go?
first of all, I already have my hair very short. I cut it since y'all last saw me, and it would have given me a bald spot right in the middle of my head.
No, no, we don't want that. So, okay. So you gave them the toxicology.
Yes.
Now, are you, have you, I guess, gone back to the VA hospital and re sign up again for your therapist, or what?
So
Where are you
I
with
go
that?
to my therapy appointment, and my therapist just by policy they can't be a part of the investigation. Because she can't give a diagnosis, but I am attending all my appointments. If you need to confirm that, she could do that.
Okay, yeah, and that's all we're gonna ask of her. We're not gonna ask anything that does or any diagnosis because I guess at some point ACS, the Administration of Children's Services, already has a diagnosis for you. So we're not going to ask them for another
Yeah, but
diagnosis.
that's a misdiagnosis. How can they give me a diagnosis of? I've been going to the therapy for their psychiatric treatment. I stopped it in 2023, 2022. I've been going to it since 2013, and never, not once, was I bipolar, considered bipolar. That's just a discrediting. Like I said, that's discrediting me as a witness. And if you guys entertain that, you're just saying child trafficking could be okay, and that they will use that to intimidate anyone to shut up. And I'm not going to shut up. I'm
Okay.
not going to act like I didn't hear what I heard. I'm not going to act like I didn't see what I saw. I'm not going to act like the mother didn't reach out to me for help.
Okay. So what we can do to rectify that is at some point you need to sit before a therapist who is willing to sign a consent with us and provide us with an evaluation with the correct diagnosis.
That will be a psychiatric evaluation, and I have no problem doing that.
Okay, so then I am in agreement with you that you feel that at any time during the remand there is some miscommunication or false information being given on your name, then you have every right to rectify that.
Yes, I even
And
have the recording of the situation and everything. And on top of that, CCRB, I reported the cops and the EMT. I'm reporting them on duty too, because you're even stating, because I claim that there's sex trafficking. This clearly shows and states that it is a retaliation.
okay, so then what we're gonna do is if you can go in what you that psychiatric evaluation one, right? With the completion of that evaluation, if they recommend medication, okay, then huh? Hello?
I'm here. That's just, I'm
No,
sorry, I'm
so
walking past the lady who's waiting on the bus stop with me.
okay. So do you want to continue this some other time or am I in your ear?
No, you're good.
It,
You're good. I have the
okay.
headphones on.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, great. So what we're gonna do, let's take those. That's a very solid step towards reunification. Okay, and let's do that. And because, in my honest opinion, just looking on the surface, right?
Hmm.
If if you can provide any documentation that number one, the diagnosis was a mistake, and you're not what they saying that you are. That's the first one. That you do not need medication, and if you did need it, you will be, you be a willing participant or whatever they ask you to do. Then the judge is gonna be income. If you tell your lawyer, look, get my kids back on a 1021, which is called a 1021,
Hmm.
which is to release the children immediately back to your care
Yes.
after you do all these things before you go to court again. I think that it'll be positive for you
Yes, I
because
agree. So what
you're
I would like to do is would like to get on, because I spoke to my therapist about her doing this, and she said that the policy changed and not allowed to write any letters other than confirming that I've been going to appointments. That's it. Um,
that,
and
that's fine.
so I could do that for that. And then the evaluation, as far as the evaluation goes, I could make an appointment to any psychiatrist at this point. Um, I was going to
If
go
I
through, I want to do it as soon as possible where I can have the soonest appointment made.
Okay, so this is my suggestion to you. Because there is a history, you have already an established history at the VA. Go into the intake department there and request a full psychiatric evaluation.
Okay,
And they're gonna ask you why. Well, they took my kids, and I want to make sure, and I want them to see that I am well,
okay,
and go and sign a release so that we can also get a copy of that, and
sure.
then we will be happy to walk it over to our attorneys, who would then show it to the judge. and then you too have the liberty to give it to your attorney assigned to you, and they will also present it to the judge. Okay, so that's the first part of this conference, and I'm glad we are in agreement with that.
Okay.
Now the second part, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. The second part will be, we know that your family does not belong in the ACS system. We know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we've made many observations to many families, and trust and believe, we understand that you guys have a strong bond and you guys love each other and you are a family unit.
Yes,
Okay,
they're love babies. I had them. I planned all of them. They were celebrated. It was never a mistake. It was always a celebration every time they were born.
great, great. And but at this present time, right, we're having an issue that we as the agency is addressing. We know that Ms. King can be she's a brand new foster parent that needs a lot of training. Okay, and we are going to train her, and we're going to also have a second talk. Actually, three. There's going to be three talks. She's being talked to right now because she's in the agency with another child.
Yes.
But we're going to have the third conversation with her regarding overall her role and responsibilities. And with that being said, I want, if you can, um, we want to open the avenues where you can relay a message to your oldest daughter, right?
Hmm.
And let them know that we're working very hard to reunite them with
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. And can may I suggest that you guys work on as you improve your policies and your training systems, a vetting system of lie detector tests to ensure that these people aren't getting foster care with the intent to exploit these children?
Of course, well, that's what I was getting at. Miss King was vetted for over 6 months. So the way the process works, right? Somebody raises their hand and says, I want to be a foster parent. They go through a vetting system that includes a home study, a medical physical,
Hmm.
a background check with the state, federal, and FBI fingerprinting, and all of these background checks, right? That checks into their past, both in New York and in any of the 50 states. Okay. So, in case there is something happening or happened in the past that they're trying to redo with a brand new name, we get them. We get
Okay.
them, and they don't get past the licensing program. Okay. Now, no foster home is going to compare to your living room. You understand?
Yeah.
There's no foster home in the United States of America that can compare to your house, because
No, of
that's
course
your
not.
home. Like, that's your kingdom. That's your palace. Okay? Nothing is going to compare to that. But what we want to avoid, because I'm noticing a pattern. Um, we really, right now there's an active investigation which, it has a life of its own, and the investigator is the lead investigator, and we don't have nothing to do or say about that until they ask us for documents and things of that nature. So that's all we can do.
Okay.
But do know that your daughters do not want to be there. We get that.
Yes.
Um, but what could happen is, if we continue to move them from foster home to foster home, now we're talking about a secondary trauma where,
Well, that's why I gave my sister-in-law Jenny, because it will be because there's times I let them stay at her for like a week or two at a time. and stuff because they're close with their cousins. Me and Jenny are the only family members of blood that they're close to, and she's that anchor of roots to their father's side of the family.
Okay, so then do me a favor, Mr. Ojo or Miss Hibbert, send me their names, date of birth, addresses, and just to give them heads up, I will be looking for addresses of over 10 years. Okay?
Uh-huh.
That's if when they come back cleared, then because the summer hours are soon approaching, we can work something out where they can supervise the visit, right?
Yeah.
And you guys could go out to the community and visit together.
Yeah.
And then once we get approval, then we'll start off with visits, and then day visits, and then we'll do maybe they could do respite visit with your cousins over the weekends, but go back to the foster home on Monday through Friday kind of thing. You know
I
what I'm
see.
saying?
Yeah.
But I don't suspect this case going in that far, but just in case it does, that's a that's a path that we can work with. Okay. As long as everything continues to work well, you are doing what you're supposed to do in your end, and the girls, are doing what they're supposed to do on their end, everything is gonna be okay. That's the message I want to give you, and that's the message I want to let your oldest, to know. We are doing our best to reunite you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, so please, I don't know if you guys are in communication right now, but
Yeah,
I
we
would
have
love for
we
you.
have a group chat called the Squad.
Okay, yeah. So let them know that I am aware of everything that's going on, and that we're doing our best to re-educate, right? This new She's very new. She's a very new foster parent. Um, and we're also now are aware of their cousin. We're gonna try to open up some avenues where they could be with their cousin,
Their aunt.
and,
That's their aunt.
and their aunt,
Yeah.
and they could be together at least for the day throughout the visit, and you don't have to have the visit at the agency, because your sister,
Hmm.
uh, can supervise the visit.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, I believe the mandate is supervised visits until they give us the discretion to expand. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Now, do you have any pressing matters or questions now
No,
that you got?
you pretty much validated everything I've been saying, and I appreciate you recognizing that my family doesn't belong in there, and the unity that we are and stuff, because that those core values, my husband and I, we instilled that in them since birth, was to be united as a family and stay together and always. Oh, they're all I have of him, so I
Hmm.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a problem. All right, then, Mr. Olger, you want to add anything? Are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here. Miss Sparrow, as we were getting ready for this meeting or conference, you know, we received an email from ACS or somewhere about homeschool. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, that email is not something that I can, talk about right now. It's something that you have to read through yourself, because the whole thing, there are things that we have to do, about the home school. So when you read through that email, then we'll be able to see where you can come in. From the little that I did, I understand that. There is a report that has to be sent to the Board of Ed. That report has not been sent yet. And I also understand that from whatever grade it is to whatever grade needs to do an assessment. That has not been done.
I did. I
So
sent them that. I've sent them all of that.
they have responded that that's not the correct thing. Like I said, I'm sure we have your email Miss Hilbert will forward that email to you.
Okay.
And you will read through it, and you'll be able to respond. What
Right.
we're going to do is that I will copy that email out. I will not use the ACS thread, so it's going to be my supervisor, Ms. Hebert, and probably myself on that email, and yourself, so that
Okay.
if you have any response, you can respond to us. You're not
Right.
going to be responding to ACS. You'll be responding to us now that we have the case and that we want to be working with you.
Okay.
That's one thing I wanted to add about the education aspect of it. Just like my supervisor has said, he made a very valid point. Like, we understand that your daughters don't want to be where they are. We understand all of that. However, we want to make this very smooth this transition to be very smooth for everyone.
Yes.
He also said that if we keep moving them from home to home, just about an hour or two ago, we got an email that they want to move the kids. However, they're going to separate them. But my supervisor said no, that these kids have gone through enough trauma. So separating them again is another form of trauma.
Yes, it
So
is.
we don't want to move them. We don't want to keep two here, one here, or one here, two there. We don't want to do that. So, and to get a foster parent that can take three kids at the same time is often very, very difficult. Okay. So what I will, just like my supervisor has said, advise is that please speak to your older daughter, okay, because she holds the key.
Yes.
She holds the key. Speak to her. She needs to be patient, okay. There is nowhere like home. We
Yeah.
know that, and we understand that, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more we start keep calling a case on Miss King, or any foster parent, because whatever happens here with Miss King is probably still going to happen with another foster parent if they go somewhere else. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not. However, we want to ensure that our home finding, they are doing their part, to speak to Miss King, and if there's other training that she needed to engage in that she has not engaged in, she will engage in that training. So please speak to her, okay. Right, just like my supervisor has said, there's an active investigation right now, because there was a case that was called in against Miss King, and these are not good signals. These
Yes.
are not good signals. So I would just advise and plead with you to please speak to your older daughter, to keep her sisters together, and make sure that we have a very smooth transition. Okay.
Okay. I
When
understand what you're
kids
saying.
come to when kids come to foster care, we can only say, oh, we think this case shouldn't go for too long, just like this one, because I believe you are going to do everything you are supposed to do. However, if you are doing what you are supposed to do, and we are getting OSI every time, all the time, it's going to prolong the lifespan of this case, and that which we don't want. Our job as an agency is to reunite families, is to
Okay.
make sure that kids go back to their home. We are not the one that remove the kids, but our job basically is to make sure that kids go back to their family. Things happen along the line. Yes, we know that. However, we don't want this to go that route. So please speak to your daughter. You should please, be patient enough, and also see that we are able to, do this job to the best of our knowledge and ability, and the kids can return home. She has the key. She has the key to going back home. Because the more they keep calling in a case, the more the lifespan of this case will begin to prolong, because it's also going to go back to court again. And the court system, adjournment after adjournment and adjournment and adjournment and adjournment. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So this is what I want to say. Ms. Hibbert is the potential case planner. I'm just, we are in the same unit. We support ourselves, and in any way that we can, support and make sure that things go smoothly, we will continue to do it. So that is all I can say. She's having difficulty joining, but we will relay all this message to her after this meeting. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So thank you, Miss Sparrow. Do you have any new questions that maybe arise now?
No, I think everything's clear. I'm gonna get on that evaluation as soon as possible and be in touch with everybody on a date.
Okay, and then also send me the information for your sister.
I will. Okay.
All right.
And every adult that is over 18 in the home, every adult that is over 18 in the home, we also need.
She's the only one.
Oh, she's the only one. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good,
she's
good.
a single
Perfect.
mom too. Yeah.
Okay, where does she live?
In Brooklyn.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Have a
Thank
good one. All right.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.